Matt Damon has survived being stranded on Mars, anchored a billion-dollar action franchise as an amnesiac assassin, and ranked among Forbes magazine's most bankable stars in the world. But in the early 1990s, he was an unknown actor sharing a cramped Los Angeles apartment with his childhood friend Ben Affleck. They were completely broke and struggling to find consistent, meaningful work. Damon had already taken a massive personal risk to get there. He dropped out of Harvard University a single semester, just 12 credits shy of completing his Bachelor of Arts in English, to chase an acting career he assumed would immediately take off. He quickly crashed into the reality of the Hollywood system. Actors are completely passive participants. You sit in an apartment, you go to auditions, and you wait for a casting director's phone call that may never come. Damon realized that as long as he was waiting for permission to work, his career would never belong to him. Survival meant he had to stop being a passive applicant and start acting as the architect of his own opportunities. While at Harvard, Damon had written a one-act play for a playwriting class. Living in Los Angeles, he and Affleck expanded that exact school assignment into a feature-length screenplay called Good Will Hunting. Studios wanted to buy the script, but they wanted established, bankable stars like Leonardo DiCaprio or Brad Pitt for the lead roles. Damon and Affleck refused to sell it unless they were cast as the leads, a massive gamble for two unproven actors. Castle Rock and eventually Miramax agreed to the terms. The film grossed over $225 million worldwide and won Damon and Affleck the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. That visibility instantly accelerated his career. Steven Spielberg saw Damon on the set of Good Will Hunting and immediately cast him in the title role of his World War II epic, Saving Private Ryan. Writing the script changed the power dynamic. By creating his own role, he bypassed the casting process entirely and gave himself the leverage of a creator rather than a job seeker. Yet, prestige doesn't guarantee longevity. By the early 2000s, Damon starred in a string of commercial failures, like All the Pretty Horses. He found himself entirely jobless for 6 months. To escape the slump, he signed on to play an amnesiac assassin in director Doug Liman's The Bourne Identity. The industry viewed Damon strictly as a soft, dramatic actor and expected the film to flop. Instead, it became a massive financial success. Damon shed his everyman persona through 3 months of intense physical conditioning. He learned tactical weapons handling, boxing, and eskrima, a Filipino martial art, so he could perform the grueling stunt work himself. Simultaneously, he joined the ensemble cast of Steven Soderbergh's Ocean's 11, establishing a second highly lucrative recurring role. The success of the Bourne films and the Ocean's trilogy proved he could anchor highly profitable action franchises on a global scale. With his bankability secured, Damon gained extreme leverage. Rather than taking generic leading man vanity projects, he used his box office draw to get films financed for legendary directors. He cultivated a grounded, egoless acting style. This made him the ideal, reliable ensemble player for exacting directors, like Martin Scorsese, who cast him as an undercover mobster in the Best Picture-winning The Departed. He later utilized that same grounded presence to carry Ridley Scott's The Martian, spending the vast majority of his screen time entirely alone. He provided directors with a specific tool, the ability to anchor highly ambitious, auteur-driven cinema with an everyman reliability that audiences instinctively trusted. By the 2020s, Damon began focusing on the structural side of the industry. He reunited with Ben Affleck to launch Artists Equity, an independent production company designed to challenge the traditional finance model. Traditional Hollywood concentrates profits at the top. Artists Equity offers profit participation to the essential crew members who physically build the movie. They tested this with the 2023 drama Air, validating their new financial structure with strong returns. Air tells the corporate origin story behind the Air Jordan sneaker. It was a fitting subject, as Damon was now actively navigating the corporate side of storytelling to build his own brand. Even while building a studio, he maintains his network of elite filmmakers, taking supporting roles like Leslie Groves in Christopher Nolan's blockbuster Oppenheimer. Matt Damon's longevity from an obscure Boston kid to a major industry force isn't just luck. It requires the audacity to write your own scripts, execute your own stunts, and eventually own the studio.